cannot give you something that is already yours. Remember that.
I love that you love that kid, Aiva, but I'm worried about him because of that.
Or plan to attack. Strategy and planning are everything. The mind is a far better warrior than the sword. Would you like to come with me on a written party? I must consult the king. What do you think? What are you doing?
Ooh.
I am not crazy! I am the king here! I own the whole country! I own the land and the sky!
Ooh. You went too far, kid. Obviously. Don't do.
Don't do that anymore. Don't be stupid. You're nothing. Less than nothing. Do you understand? Look at how you're done. Feed your liver to my dogs.
Ooh, Aiva is gonna make you pay that.
He's a good boy. He just needs to be controlled. You had a child once. Didn't you, Ivar?
Huh?
Do not weep, dear Ego. Sweet child, do not weep.
Bien. Another flashback? You, I don't trust you.
I want to go to Iceland.
Oh yes.
It is my destiny.
Go find Floki.
You are coming with me. I want you to arrange a meeting with the Wanderer there, and I want to search for Floki. You can search all you want. You won't find him. Does that mean that you refuse to come with me?
We didn't see his body, so for me he's not dead. But it means that you're gonna leave Bjorn. He needs you. He doesn't have any brother left.
You can't do this anymore.
Oh.
I left my wife. She's not fair to her. I don't want her life to come out. She doesn't deserve it.
Does she think Gunhild knows?
You know you cannot escape my desire.
I'm not sure I like you.
No, not you.
She said that she doesn't want to be a Gunhild too, you know? But I'm not so sure of that. You're gonna find him now?
I am not jealous. I was not born that way.
Okay.
So I think you should be released from servitude, Ingrid. And that you should marry Björn. If you two are in agreement, then we will all live together. And our son will have the benefit of two mothers.
I don't know what to say.
Me neither.
Perhaps saying nothing is the best way. But you should know, Björn. Your mother was attacked by the outlaws you released from Kattegat. You are a great man, but even great men make mistakes.
Yes. You're a great woman. To accept something like that, I couldn't. Just to be clear.
Bjorn is different. He's a very special person. When I finally get him, is when I am truly king of all Norway.
I'm not
I
gonna do
serve
it.
no purpose anymore. I have no kingdoms for you to conquer.
I'd like to keep you around, Olaf. You're my pet philosopher. Most of what you say is ridiculous, but someday you might say something truly wise, and I wouldn't like to miss it. Why go now? It is dangerous. We can leave before the ice warms. We will meet again, brother. We will talk about our lives and how it has all come to pass.
I hope so. You're leaving also?
You should not be undertaking such a journey, especially in the winter. Let me kiss my daughter. You keep your mother safe, yes? That's my girl.
You are an astonishing woman.
Coming from you, Toby, I take that as the greatest compliment.
Yes, you're a wonderful woman, Toby.
All who came before us are dead. And we are the remainders. And now we are going separately on our own paths. All I know is that we will see each other again. In Valhalla. In Elfen's Hall.
Before that,
We will be young again. We will be fierce and proud. was meant to be. And so this is life. And so is this death. Farewell.
No, no, before that. Really, you're gonna meet before that again? No. Oleg's army? They're coming. Oh.
What has happened here?
Already? I saw it. I wasn't expected to see that during this episode. That promised land who turned out to be so cruel, you know.
You're hot.
Ula, the son of Ragnar. His wife, Torvi, the shield maiden.
What?
Do you have some news about Floki? I just care about that.
Why did they have to come here? What have you done?
What was that?
What did these raiders look like?
Strange men with strange voices.
Went like ghosts.
These are alien people who have staked a claim to our land. They will return.
You know
Not
they
as a
are.
raiding party, but as an army.
He's enjoying that. That was a great episode. I didn't cry. Yes, I cried a little because I thought for what? I'm gonna count that, you know, during the editing of the episode, but and I'm gonna put it right there. But I cried because I thought that he was really gonna kill Witzel during what? 5 seconds? Okay, 5 seconds was enough for that, but that was all, and that's great. Oh, and also during the flashback of Ragnar. Okay, I cried, but that was not big tears like when Lagertha died or during Lagertha's funeral. So that's great, no? That's great. Really, when I began this episode and when I began filming about this episode, I had one wish about this episode because I really didn't think about what was gonna happen during this episode and the next ones. I needed time to mourn Lagertha, to be okay with her death and all of that, so I was more focused on that than to think about what was gonna happen and all of that. So to begin this episode with the only wish that I was not gonna cry into it, okay, I cried a little into it, but that was a little, and that was with good hands, you know? That was not tears because I was sad or stuff like that, like we saw Ragnar and Lagertha, a beautiful flashback of a beautiful moment that I loved so much the first time that I watched it. That was heartbreaking to have Lagertha and Ragnar separating like that. That was heartbreaking, and Bjorn choosing Lagertha's side and Ragnar being all alone. That was heartbreaking the first time, but right there to see it again during this episode, that was not heartbreaking. That was just a good reminder, and again a good way to honor them and to be a reminder, you know, for the viewers, including the viewers who were happy that Lagertha died. I see you. That was a good reminder of the fact that there are the heart of the show, Lagertha and Ragnar, so of course they're gonna haunt, you know, the next episode sometimes because they are still the heart of the show, even dead. And Witzel is still alive. Okay, he's all alone. Okay, he's not in a good position, but he's alive. He told what he did, he told the truth, he was ready to die, and like I said, and like Bjorn said, I think that it was giving him a gift, you know, to kill him just like that, because he wanted to die, like taking all of these drugs, being in such pain and all of that. he wanted to kill himself in a certain way. So yes, it would have been, you know, a favor to kill him just like that. So to have him being away from Kattegat and all of the persons that he loved, that's a big punishment, and I think that it's enough, and it's giving me hope that he can change, he can get better, and maybe at some point we're gonna see him again. I don't care if Bjorn is still mad at him, I don't care if he's never gonna be into the family anymore like he was before. At least he's alive, at least he has a chance to get better and to have a good life. I'm okay with that, you know. I'm okay with just that. I have hope for him that all of that can be a good switch, a good change for him. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure that we'll see, but I hope that we'll see. Bjorn really lost everything and is ready to fight. That's a good thing. And that scene, you know, with Gunhild talking to all of the persons into Kattegat, that was a good scene because it was also a reminder for the viewers that we are following Ragnar and Ragnar's son storylines, you know, stories, and we are there for them, you know, we are following this show, we are watching this show for them, so we have to not forget that. And of course we're gonna be on Bjorn's side even right there. I said during the last episode that if Bjorn decided, you know, to be against Harald, I was not sure to follow him because, you know, it was democracy, even if Harald played with him and played also with the ones who voted for him. That was democracy, so I was like that, you know, but of course I'm gonna be on Bjorn's side and I'm gonna support him, and that scene was great, you know, to remind the viewers and me that. Gunhild, to accept that, you're a great woman. I could not accept that. Why not? I prefer that than you finding that what Bjorn did was a betraying or something like that. You're accepting that. That's great because it means that you're not gonna break up. We're not gonna have Bjorn being sad that you're leaving him. Why not? I'm like, why not? Ube left Bjorn. Bjorn is really without any brother left, you know. I'm worried about that, you know, because of what Bjorn wants to do now, fighting, you know, against Harald, and Harald is now attacked by Oleg's men, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out, you know, who is gonna be the ally of who. I don't know, we'll see about that. I'm not gonna try to predict what is gonna happen because for me, for now, I'm not really interested by that. I'm more interested by the evolution of each character, each brother, than really about the wars, the battles and all of that. I'm gonna be worried about that when it's gonna become really important for all characters, but for now it's not really important for all characters, so I'm not really worried about that. Do you understand? So we'll see. So yes, Ube left, he is into Iceland now. I'm not trusting that man, you know that. I want Ube to be fine. Torvi also, of course, she's pregnant and she's Torvi. She's really a wonderful character and a woman, so I want her, you know, to be the good descendant. I don't know how to say that, but to be the new Lagertha, even if no one can be like Lagertha. I want her to take that position, you know, to take that role into the show, the brave woman, the brave shield maiden, and I think that she can really do that. I don't want anything bad to happen to her, and of course to her daughter. That's it. She already lost a kid, please don't make her lose another child. I want them to find Floki, you know my rule, as long as I don't see the body of the person who is dead, I'm not gonna believe that that person is really dead. So for me, Floki is not dead. Still, I have hope. So we'll see if I'm right or wrong to have hope about that. Ivar is being so close to that kid. Really, during the last episodes, the only scenes that we had with Ivar were really there to prove us that he's getting more attached to that kid episode by episode, and I'm worried about that for the kid because I'm worried that Oleg is not gonna accept that and is gonna do something really cruel to that kid to really be sure that he's still in control of him. But I'm also worried for Ivar for that, because if something is happening to that kid, Ivar, that's gonna break him, you know. He already lost a child, he already lost everything and everyone that he loved, so he's beginning to love that kid. So if something is happening to that kid, that's gonna break him. I'm having hope about the fact that Ivar, you know, is playing with Tyr and with the prince to be against Oleg. Oleg is attacking Norway. Can it be possible that Ivar can be an ally, you know, for Norway to be against Oleg also? Do you understand what I mean? Can it be possible that Ivar is gonna be, you know, the messenger between Norway and Tyr's army for them to work together against Oleg? You know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, something like that. We'll see. Okay, that was a great episode. I don't know what you think about this episode, but for me it was a great episode because we had all of what we are expecting with Vikings episodes. We had a battle, we had a moving moment, we had a brother moment, we had Iceland, we had Norway, Oleg's thing, you know, and yes, I'm liking this episode. I have trouble for now to find Harald's situation and storyline interesting, but I think that's gonna become more interesting with the next episode. Tell me, what did you think about this episode? It's all for Vikings for today, for me and for you, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.